Okay, so this is a very interesting episode, to say the least. This shit might change the way you think about soy. Okay, let me just say that. I don't know how you feel about it currently, but I just watched a crazy ass movie. And first of all, I watched the movie just from, it wasn't coincidence. There are no coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. So I seen a comment under a video that I watched on YouTube, which was also randomly found in a way that I wouldn't normally have found it. And I just so happened to be reading these comments, and somebody posted this movie in the comment and said that we should look at it because the video was talking about this unknown symptom of COVID, which was this paramosa, or was it paranosa, I think, or something like that, paramosis. I'm not getting the word right, but listen, whatever it is basically described as losing your sense of taste and smell, or it being altered to think that you're tasting and smelling something that is unpleasant in most cases. And the video was detailing it. People were like doing this study and trying to figure out why they all were, experiencing this after having had COVID. And they all were, previously had COVID. So this is the point. The lady posted a clip, not a clip, a link to watch this movie called Soylent Green. I found it on Amazon Prime and I watched this shit. It's the craziest movie you will ever see. First of all, the description said that it was based in 2022. Okay? And it's basically the world's population and everything is out of control. It's all these diseases and overworked and this and that. They killing all the elderly, and it was just really weird. So everybody was eating these soy products called Soylent Green. And they would run out and they would have riots and shit when they ran out of it. And nobody knew what real food tasted like. And like they were like all amazed at shit and running water and like air conditioning and like, shit we enjoy today. And this is just the distant future. So, how Google and, our phones already pick up everything that we talk about and just be like searching for ads and shit based off their listening pleasures. Well, on my phone, guess what pops up after I watch the fucking movie? Soylent Green. Really? I just typed in the word soy and the shit came up. And then it was all these different articles on it. I just typed on one out of curiosity because this guy said he was eating this product called Soylent, fucking Soylent. It didn't say the green on the end, but it was a product called Soylent. And it's a company, a real company that was established in 2014, named Soylent, spelled the same way that the Soylent company in the movie was spelled, which was like dominating the world with half of its supply of food, which was now this Soylent shit. And in the end of the movie, what's so fucked up is that they found out that the Soylent was made from humans. They was incinerating all the elderly that walked into this thing that looked like a fucking retirement home, but it was like this place for them to die quickly and peacefully under their own terms, but it would like be like only 20 minutes max or whatever. So he was like, the whole 20 minutes? Yeah, okay. So basically, you got to watch this shit if you can. It was like $2.99 on Prime to rent it. So I should have bought that shit for $10. But listen, after they found out that, the guy found out that they were like basically making the Soylent out of dead people, he was murdered, of course, and the movie ended abruptly. But the point I'm trying to make is that this shit is real. It was a real company. This movie was actually made in 1973. I think that's very important as well. 1973. And it's like depicting everything that we went up to up until now. Like everything. And it's a very quick glimpse of it in the beginning. It's like 5 to 10 minutes worth of just pictures going really fast. I had to like keep stopping and pausing this shit to see. But basically, they want us to end up, I guess, eating all soy. And then if you think about the name Soylent, lent, bean, soybean green, I don't know. But these soybeans, they already make men impotent and cause impotence and are tasteless, and everything this guy was describing in this fucking eerie ass article that I found that popped up in the phone was basically correlating with the fucking product in the movie. He was talking about how he enjoyed it and how he loved that, it was replacing all of his meals because he was too lazy to make any, and that eating was inconvenient, quote unquote. Okay. And then he also said he's been taking this shit since 2016, and for 3 years now. I guess the article's from like 2019. And he said that he feels great now, but the only downside is that he really kind of misses eating, like the enjoyment of eating food. And that he said that it was soulless, and he didn't know any other word to describe it but soulless. The experience from eating the Soylent for 3 years straight, when he tried to just cut regular food out completely, which he says is not uncommon, and that a lot of other people that use this product do cut out regular food because it replaces it with all these nutrients and vitamins. It reminds me of a fucking Ensure if you think about it. And I'm trying to think about it in a positive way, but I'm about to check these Ensure ingredients again. If this shit got soy in it, I ain't even about to drink no more. Fuck this shit. I think that's what they wanted to break down to, because they do give us little Ensures and shit. Remember Kanye rapped about it in his influential rap that he had at the time when he was getting ready, to be the next famous rapper when To The Wire, and he had his mouth all wired up and shit. He was like an Ensure for dessert. I will never forget that line. So it's like, we know that it's a meal replacement shake. It's just like these little Soylents and shit. They got a bunch of different types. And they market it towards people who work out and care about their health and that's too busy to really eat properly. So they think they're going to take a healthy shake or something and just replace a meal and do better. Because that's what he kept saying. He kept reiterating the fact that he thought he was so much more healthier just because he wasn't eating the normal options that he would probably eat, like McDonald's or Chipotle, quote unquote. And I just was like, damn, they really got us out here about to be just like this fucking movie. Because people are lazy as fuck. We don't want to prepare our own meals. We eat anything they give us. And if they say it's a health shake, we gobble that shit down. Most of us anyway, instead of making our own. But it's a lot of us that do. I ain't going to even say that, because I know a whole bunch of people that take really good care of themselves. And they really do care about their health. And they pay attention to shit like this. But it's a whole bunch more who don't. And they really don't give a fuck. And they not even thinking about the future effects of these types of foods and shit that we are consuming that aren't natural. Not even the unhealthy shit. I'm talking about the shit that just isn't natural. What the fuck? We know that soy is not really good for us, but we still consume it it's better than the other options. And that's what they were making it to be. It's it's not that good, but it's better than this shit you eating, all that greasy shit. And he said something about it's better on his arteries. So they focusing on them hearts because they want your ass to be healthy enough to put in the incinerator to make some more of that shit. It's nah, I'm going to end it on that note though. So, yeah, just think about that. And if you can, please watch this movie, because this is the most interesting movie I have seen in my lifetime. Dead ass. I am sitting here with my mouth gaped open. Listen, let me see if I can pull up this motherfucking name of this shit.